This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. It is Monday, August 10th, 2026. I am John.
And I am Mary. We are your smart friends on the go. Today, we look at why the United States is paying a massive premium for Australian dirt. We also explore why Europe is running out of rockets and what rising seas mean for the global economy.
Let's start with the gist view. The United States government is making a highly unusual move in the mining sector.
That is right. The Pentagon's Office of Strategic Capital, a defense financing agency, just announced a $400 million loan. It goes to Sunrise Energy Metals, that is a publicly listed Australian mining company.
The goal is to build the world's first primary scandium mine. Scandium is a critical metal. It is essential for making advanced aerospace alloys lighter and stronger.
Here is the catch. Building a mine solely for scandium usually makes zero commercial sense. It is far too expensive. But Washington is tossing commercial logic entirely out the window.
Why? Follow the resource flows. Right now, China controls roughly 80% of global scandium production, and they control nearly 100% of its processing.
Relying on the free market here really means relying on China. The Pentagon has decided that is fundamentally incompatible with national security.
Think of it like grocery shopping. If the only supermarket in town is run by your biggest rival, you might just build your own expensive greenhouse. You pay more, but you guarantee you will not starve.
Exactly. Washington is accepting permanently higher costs. They are buying supply chain sovereignty.
And the Australian firm, Sunrise, benefits immensely. They get to build an otherwise unviable facility because they have guaranteed defence money backing them up. It is a brand new extraction model.
Moving to the global overview. Over in Ukraine, the battlefield math is shifting.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia is planning to deploy between 30,000 and 50,000 North Korean soldiers to its territory.
That adds to the 14,000 North Korean troops already deployed to the Kursk region earlier this year.
Look at the incentives here. Moscow needs immediate bodies on the ground. Pyongyang needs advanced military technology. They are trading long-term strategic tech transfers for short-term manpower.
Let's look at another geopolitical flashpoint. Iran. The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, tracks global economic health. Their latest numbers for Iran are grim.
The IMF forecasts Iran's economy will shrink by 5.4% this year. Inflation is nearing a crushing 69%.
Facing a domestic financial collapse, Tehran is leaning on geography. They are raising market doubts about keeping the Strait of Hormuz open.
That strait is a massive choke point for global oil. By threatening to squeeze it, Tehran elevates market risk. That drives global oil prices higher. It is a desperate play for leverage.
Meanwhile, in the United States, economic numbers are causing political headaches. Disappointing job growth and stubborn inflation are hurting Republican poll numbers. This is happening just 3 months before the midterm elections.
At the same time, we are seeing a major shift in how the United States handles artificial intelligence. Federal debates on artificial intelligence security are moving fast.
The focus used to be on mitigating bias. Now the regulatory focus has shifted entirely. It is about preventing operational cyber sabotage. Regulators are treating artificial intelligence like a hard security threat.
Let's bring it back to our side of the world for the European perspective. Europe is facing a massive rocket shortage.
The European Space Agency, or ESA, is sounding the alarm. ESA is an intergovernmental group of 22 member states. They handle Europe's space exploration.
ESA Director General Josef Aschbacher warns of a severe launcher deficit between 2029 and 2031.
That timeline is critical. It perfectly aligns with peak launch demand for Europe's sovereign infrastructure. This includes the IRIS-2 satellite constellation and Galileo navigation systems.
So, how did Europe fall behind? The United States private sector moves fast. SpaceX launched 170 rockets in 2025. Europe launched 8.
Europe's space programme relies on a rule called geographic return. If a member country puts funding in, it must get contracts back.
It is like trying to cater a massive wedding, but you are forced to hire a chef from every single family. It keeps the peace, but dinner takes forever.
This geographic rule restricts commercial agility, but it is the essential political glue. It keeps 22 sovereign nations funding one unified agency instead of fragmenting their capital.
The trade-off? Europe will likely have to rely on SpaceX to launch its most sensitive assets.
Down on Earth, the climate data is alarming. Copernicus is the European Union's Earth observation programme. They just released their July numbers.
Global sea surface temperatures outside the polar regions just hit an all-time high.
This July, we saw severe marine heat waves across the Atlantic and the Western Mediterranean. We broke the previous temperature record set in 2023 and 2024.
Finally, a quick look at sport and state funding. Germany is fielding its top prospects at the European Swimming Championships in Paris.
But this is not just about national pride. State authorities are using these basin events as a strict performance metric.
Exactly. The results in the pool directly determine future capital allocation for athletic development programs. No medals means no state money.
Time to check the temperature of the day. The overarching theme today is the steep price of security. Nations are abandoning pure market efficiency to protect their sovereignty. We see it with the United States paying top dollar for critical metals. We see it with Russia trading tech for troops. And we see it with Europe paying the agility cost to maintain a unified space programme.
The world is prioritising resilience over cheapness. That fundamentally changes where global resources flow.
That is it for today's episode. Thank you for listening. Hey, if you found today's breakdown useful, we would love for you to get the gist delivered right to your inbox every day, completely free. Just tap the subscribe link in the show notes. It takes 2 seconds and it keeps you ahead of the curve. See you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.